Hi and welcome to another VetGecko tutorial, information video if you like, about our products. The product that I'm showing you tonight is a website that's built using the data in the VetTrack training management software. And I'm going to give you a sneaky peek if you like into the back end and how it works. I've logged on. Certain controls are visible to me, which I can explain to you on another presentation. I link into VetTrack. I got a rather interesting little dashboard, and I'm going to have a look at programs. The reason I chose programs is programs are common through all our products. We're looking at first aid tonight. So the name in the training management application is Apply First Aid. Now it may be that the people that your target market may know Apply First Aid as something else, and you can establish this by doing some research on the search engines. And if you want, you can put an alternate name or another name as well as Apply First Aid. The content that's below it is content that comes from the training management application. We can use that on the website if we wish, and we use it for some things and we don't use it for others. The program type that it's a part of is first aid. The ID is number 9. That's very useful. We're also able to create both static and dynamic URLs, and those of you who understand search engine optimization will understand why we want to do that. The content on the page is in an HTML editor, and we can do things like add photographs, add links. We can add other documents as well, and generally make that page look pretty good. All our products allow you to change the type of enrollment form from a vetmus to non-vetmus very simply. Just yes, no, and the form is changed. And you can do that on a program by program basis. We also have something that we call an occurrence display offset. Now sometimes you have to do some paperwork between the time that the student enrolls and the training takes place. So you might want to stop promoting that training course a day or 2 or 3 days before the actual training date. Perhaps the student needs to read a manual or to perform some other tasks. That's how you do it. Sometimes we have, with funded training or non-funded training where there are other issues, for example, you may have a member of a society or a federation or something like that who gets a discount, we're able to promote the cheaper price for the training. And so what we're able to do is to select which price type, look up price types in VetTrack and you know what I mean, which price type we're going to promote on the front of the website. Now, if we're going to have a security course, I saw one that was $2,000 unfunded, but the same course was available from just over $100 in Victoria when it was fully funded. So obviously you would promote the $100 in inverted commas price rather than the $2,000 price, and then you would want to put from or with funding or something like that. So that gives you your label. We may also want to put a PDF or a document associated with this course. Our products link with our own LMS or Moodle, so we might want to associate the enrollment with an e-learning course as well, particularly handy. And we may have some rules about publishing. Now this is very interesting, this one. Most of our clients tell us that 50% at least of their training is not public, it's private. And so even though there are no occurrences set for a specific program, we choose to display it anyway because there is interest in that product and we have inquiries on that page, and I can show you one in another presentation or in a demonstration if you'd like. But what we're able to say is here, let's publish this page about first aid always, it's the top option, only when there are course dates, or never. By selecting always, If there are no occurrences set, then the inquiry form, both private and corporate, will appear on the page. And currently that page is published. Now, if the units of competency associated with an occurrence, they would appear here, and we can choose to output them on the front end of the page. Units of competency are set against an occurrence for some very good reasons, and so what we do is we remember the units of competency from the various occurrences and add them up and output them as a list, if that's what you're after. There are a few optional extras on this website, that's one of them. We also have the ability to create email confirmations of enrollment for different programs, different locations, combinations of programs and locations. The example I use for this is that if you're doing deep sea diving off the Barrier Reef, you're going to have different instructions on how to get there and what to bring than if you're going to do that in the swimming pool here in Sydney. The email confirmation allows us to create a different email for each of those types of occasions. And we also have the ability to associate different types of notifications. Now, for example, not all of our RTOs use VetTrack or their training management application as their accounting system. So when there is an enrolment, they may want an email to go through to the accounts department. And in this particular case, with the notifications portal, it's as simple as that. There are lots of other things that I can show you as well, but that gives you a bit of an overview of how things work. So on this page, we have, if you like, a tent peg for Apply First Aid. We have the information that comes from the training management application, and we augment that with HTML information that we associate with that information, and we're able to modify it and add conditions to it that make it work. So I hope you enjoyed our little show today, giving you a little bit of a sneak preview into the back end of our vet products, on this occasion specifically for VetTrack. I look forward to talking to you. Feel free to give us a call and we'll show you a proper demo when it suits you. Thanks very much. Talk to you next time.